And joining us now is Majority Whip of the House, Tom Emmer. Thank you so much for your time tonight. First, just want to start off with your reaction to former President Trump's VP pick.
I think it's great. I think J.D. Vance appeals to a much younger crowd. If you look at the population of politicians, as one of my young adults told me today, everybody's so old. And J.D. Vance, he's 39, turning 40. He's a Marine. I like that. And he speaks to a population that, frankly, Washington has not been listening to for years. I think it's a great pick.
And Congressman, as Trump has pointed out himself, Vance at one point was no friend of the president. He called him reprehensible and unfit to serve. Are you confident that J.D. Vance, at his core, represents Republican values?
Oh, without a doubt. We're allowed to have some disagreements within the Republican Party, but it's about getting to where we need to go. And Donald J. Trump is the reason that all of this is being pulled together. Donald J. Trump is the leader of the 21st century. That picture, Linsey, the other day, where he stands up with his fist in the air and the flag waving behind him, that is going to be a picture that you see for 100 years. He is the patriot of the 21st century. He's going to win the election in November, and he's a big reason why the Republican Party is so unified.
I do want to just say, though, Congressman, it's a little bit more of a disagreement when you're saying, relating the former president to Hitler, or saying, I'm grappling with having to vote for Hillary Clinton instead. Wouldn't you say that that is a little beyond the pale of just, we're having a little bit of a disagreement along party lines?
So, Linsey, the issue right now is it's a binary choice. You either have the Biden-Harris failed agenda that has created 20% inflation over the last 3.5 years, the average American spending $1,000 more a month. You have an open border, an invasion at our southern border that is creating a fentanyl crisis, among other things, and crime. You have unrest around the world. You can either vote for that, or you can vote for Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance, who represent something completely different, an economy that works for everybody, a border that is sealed, and peace through strength around the globe. I think this is a great ticket, and I think the choice is very easy. That's why Donald Trump is going to win in November.
Clearly, the attempt on former President Trump's life has rocked this already historic campaign. As we learn more about what happened on Saturday evening, first I'd like to hear where you were and your immediate reaction when you found out.
Well, first, Linsey, I'd like to respond by saying, before we get into the details of this, we should all be praying, regardless of our political persuasions and our likes and dislikes, for the family that lost a husband and a father, for the families that have a couple critically injured that are fighting for their lives, for everybody who was there and actually witnessed this firsthand, and for Americans. I think we've got a lot of questions that need to be answered about what happened on Saturday. How did a shooter get so close to the president and have an unobstructed view of the podium where he was speaking from? There are a lot of questions that need to be answered for Saturday. And a personal note, I was actually at the hospital where one of our new grandchildren was being delivered.
Oh, well, congratulations to you on that. And you're going to be set to address this convention tomorrow night. We're hearing that President Trump has already ripped up his self-described humdinger of a speech and will focus more on unity. I'm curious to know if you've altered your speech at all.
I'm going to be talking about the things that matter most, and I'm going to be talking about how Minnesota, my state of Minnesota, that has not voted for a Republican presidential candidate in 50 years, Linsey, is in play. I believe Donald J. Trump is going to win Minnesota in November. I'll be talking about that, and I'm excited to hear the president, because the message the president is going to give is one that isn't about Republicans and Democrats. It's about Americans. It's about getting back together, understanding that we can have our differences in this country, but it's a country of ideas, not personalities. And guess what? We all want basically the same things: an economy that works for us, safety and security in our communities and around the world, a sealed southern border. Those are the things that I look forward to him talking about, because those cross party lines on all those issues.
And congratulations again on your new grandchild, Majority Whip of the House, Tom Emmer of Minnesota. We thank you so much for your time, Congressman.
Thank you, Linsey.